Words cannot describe the uneasy feeling right now. Because before I get into what I want to say, professional wrestler Brody Lee, formerly known as Luke Harper, has passed away. So right now we're going to take a moment of silence and just reminisce about what Luke Harper, Brody Lee, and John Huber has done in his life. Thank you.
You can take my heart, you can take my breath when you pry it from the cold dead chest. This is how we rise up, heavy as a hurricane, louder than a freight train. This is how we rise up, heart is beating faster, feels like thunder, magic static. Call me a fanatic, it's our world, they can never have it. This is how we rise up, it's our resistance, you can't resist.
I'm back. And I feel so much better that I am. Because now I got what I wanted. January 10th live on YouTube at 8:30 a.m. or p.m. Excuse me. It is the biggest match of my career. One match, one night. I've got 1 month, not even now. I've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks for the biggest match of my career and the final match in my career in PXW. A 1-match contract that was signed on Christmas Day of all days. But I've got some things to say. I've got some things to get off my chest. First of all, elephant in the room. Jaden Vane, why should we like you? Why should we all of a sudden be on your side? I said it on Showdown. I don't expect to just be handed forgiveness. I don't expect everyone to just think I'm perfect. Just think I'm a saint, because I am far from perfect. I am far from a saint. I have my flaws, but my flaws make me who I am today. I'm going to tell you a little story. Back last year in January, in fact, January 2nd, I sold Pure Excitement Wrestling to Justin Hollywood. And because I didn't get what I wanted, I was bitter. I was angry. I was mad at the world. And I went off on a tangent and I vowed to myself to never, ever in my life fall to anyone. But I did. I fell to my own ego. I fell into the yes men around me. I fell to my own power. Because everything that I did came back and haunted me. But it opened my eyes. It opened my eyes to everything I've done wrong. It opened my eyes to the premiere show, to Slam into Summer, to Excitement, to Devil's Playground, everything. And that eye-opener was Mason Hart. In the worst way possible. You see, Mason, for 5 years. For 5 years, we've been best friends. We've gone to NXT house shows and met the champion now, Drew McIntyre. We've gone through all these things. We've gone through this long journey. You helped build PXW from the ground up along with me and Candler and Justin, all these other people. And back in May, when I thought you needed an ego check, I sent you home. Since then, I lost a lot of power. Justin gained more power, rightfully so. And it wasn't my decision to bring you back, but I'm glad that he did, because it allowed me and you to reconnect and find the problem. And we fixed that problem, and together we vowed to take over the world. But we weren't doing it for the right reasons. We weren't doing it for what it really matters. We were doing it for evil. We were doing it for ourselves. And that is why I regret nothing, but I regret everything at the same time. I regret nothing that happened this past year, but I regret the way things happened this past year. Because in this year, heartache has happened. In this year, frustration has been built up. In this year, I've done and said a lot of things I'm not proud of. But I don't regret them. Because in a year, in the most craziest, most chaotic year, in the middle of a pandemic, I was able to do exactly what I love, but I saw it as if it was my choice. But you, the fans, watched every single video. All 52 of you watched every single video to see what not only I did, but everyone else did. And wanted, possibly the biggest match was ruined because Mason Hart decided to make it all about him when he knew, as well as I did, it was for the fans. It was for you, the people, because you wanted to see it. You blurred the line between real and entertainment. And you said I wasn't really a bad guy. Please, I did a lot of things wrong. I did a lot of things wrong and a lot of things I'm not proud of. I've turned my back on my best friend, Candler Stone. I tried to destroy my own creation. On a very important night, Slam in the Summer, I hijacked the show because I felt like I wasn't getting what I deserved. I was getting everything I deserved. I should have fell. I needed to fall. I needed to fall flat on my back to see what was going on around me. And it's not like I didn't think the rules didn't apply to me. I just didn't care because of yes men like you. And then here comes November 15th. Your big plan, your big way to make the save for yourself. You cashed in the ITV Championship, became PXW World Heavyweight Champion, and then you turned your back on me, you turned your back on Hunter, you turned your back on everything we've worked for the last 11 months. From January to November, we worked from the ground up to make PXW what it is, and together we grew a bond, we grew a friendship, and you threw that all away because you wanted a little bit of glory, you wanted a little bit of more money, you wanted what you got it. And then it was taken all away from you, you had the gall to blame me. Something I would have done. To blame other people. Mason, you are the exact person I was before Wanted. You said a lot of things about me and my family I don't appreciate. Fine. Say them. Because all the lies, you can spread all the lies you want to. You can say everything you want to. But you know as well as I do, I would fight for anybody in my family. I would fight for all my friends. And that one time you were considered in that bubble. But what happened, Mason? What happened to you? You've changed, and you changed for the worse. And your ego that apparently was left in May has been right by you this entire time. Fine, let it. Because you can't divide me into two. You can't conquer me. You can't try to shame me into thinking I'm in the wrong in this situation. You can't try to justify the situation that makes you look like the good guy. Because you've attacked me, the person, you've attacked my family, and you're trying to attack something other than that. And now you're coming out here on this platform that I built, the platform that I built from the ground up and left it to Justin because he could make it better. You took that opportunity and you used it to trash me, to trash my family. Who do you think you are? You think I'm some kind of joke? You think PXW is kind of joke? You think something, you think this just platform's some kind of joke? I'll tell you what's a joke. It's a joke that I poured my blood, sweat, and tears into this company for the last year, and you come in and hijack the entire thing because you wanted money, you wanted some glory, you wanted some screen time, you wanted some views. Sure, you may have the most viewed video on this channel, but that don't mean everyone cares about you. They don't like you. I've had multiple people come up to me in the streets telling me that I need to avenge myself, that I need to do something about you, but I couldn't. And I found my opportunity when I could, and I took it. And that leads us to January 10th, when there is no more talk, and when there is no more promos to cut, and there is no more shows or weigh-ins or press conferences or anybody else. The only thing that matters is when the bell rings and me and you are staring eye to eye, and when you see your future in me, and when I leave here, the second ever Grand Slam champion, and I leave on the way I want to. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to be proud of myself because I knew I fought for what I believe in, and I fought by the words I said. But you, how are you gonna feel? Win, lose, or draw? Huh? Are you gonna feel ashamed of yourself? Are you gonna feel like you probably shouldn't have said all those things? And you probably shouldn't have turned your back on your D-Crew brothers. You shouldn't turn your back on Hunter. You shouldn't have turned your back on me. Everything that you think you have going for you will all leave. And I'm telling you from experience. Because in 2020, I started off the year on a high note. Or at least I thought. Start off the year, it being my year. And you know what happened in February? The biggest wake-up call of my life. When someone who I cared about sat me down and told me I need to change. And left me on my own to do that. And then the pandemic hit. And I vowed to myself every freaking day I was going to make myself a better person. And I did that until the day I called you for PXW. And you told me, that's what I think of you, Mason. You told me, don't wait for any opportunity. Don't wait for everything to be handed to you. Don't sit on the sidelines. Don't ask, take. And if you can't take it, break it. And that's what I did. And you ruined my career. You ruined my image. You ruined every friendship I had outside of PXW. So I had to fight adversity. I had to fight frustration. I had to fight everything I had going through my mind. And when that person told me I needed to change to be a better person, I failed them. And then I talked to that person in August. And that person told me, at least you tried. And that's all that matters. And that person told me that I changed because of that. And that was the day I saw everything we were doing was wrong. But I had to ease my way into it. I had to see firsthand what it felt like to fall. Everything that I had going for me tumbled all the way down, slowly but surely, and it came to a screeching halt. November 15th, I wanted. And that's when you turned your back on me. So Mason, thank you. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you for showing me the flaws in my way. But Mason, I want you to thank me in advance for January 10th. Because when I take your head on a silver freaking platter, when I take your head, you know what I'm going to do with it? I'm going to kick it like a football. I want to use that as a soccer ball. I want to take your arms and use it as a golf club and a baseball bat. And then I might just fry up your feet, feed it to my dogs. Because I'm sorry, but you are a worthless piece of crap for mentioning me, for mentioning my family, telling me that I didn't matter. You think for a second that got to me? Because it didn't. Tell you what it did. It made me angry. It got to me in the way you probably didn't think it would. It made me angry. It made me feel like I need to do it. So I did everything I could to get to Justin Hollywood, to tell him that I wanted one match, one night. That's all it had to be. One match, one night. And I got what I wanted. And that's not because I wanted this. It's because my family wanted this. Not because I wanted this, because my friends wanted it. Not because I wanted this, but the people wanted it. And for the first time in my career, this isn't about me. Win, lose, or draw, I will fight for everything I believe in. Win, lose, or draw, I will fight for my family. I will fight for my friends. I will fight for the people. I don't have to win. I don't have to lose. I have to be able to say I went in there and fought. But you can't say the same. I don't care if it's for the ITV championship. That don't matter to me. That's just bystander in this. I'll tell you what's not, though. Our friendship. Our broken friendship that you destroyed back in November. So I'll leave you with one last thing to remember. And that is the name of Jaden Vane. Because you will be screaming it later.